Alright, hi guys. This video is a way that I found to do formative assessments through Google Forms that are real quick and easy to do, as opposed to going back over time and having to look back, which doesn't make it a true formative assessment. So what I had been doing, when kids walked into the classroom, I always had like a little walk-in assignment for them to read. You see this one, it's called a schoolyard garden. Now that was usually a physical piece of paper that they would have to take, read, and then answer questions to, and then after 10-15 minutes we'd go over the answers to the questions, and the questions would relate to reading things. But it wasn't really much of a formative assessment, because even though I could go around and then ask for the answers and go over the answers, I really didn't know what everybody was putting, what everybody was saying, and so it wasn't really the most effective way to get things done. So what I found was that Google Forms, they've actually come out with a new version, and I have that on the screen right now. It's a little bit of an easier user version. You can do cooler things like add videos, put images into it, all those types of things. But what I did was I just took the questions from the story and I put them into a Google form. And what's really nice is that the responses are one of the options, and they're anonymous. Now over here you see I could actually look at the spreadsheet and look at the person's name, who said what for each response, but I can also pull this up and I can go through everybody's response. For example, the first question is, what is the renewal and repair of a building? And that's in paragraph 3 on that story. And so I can see that most kids had renovation, and so I don't have to spend a lot of time on that answer because I know that everybody had that answer. So I had vocabulary, I have a question about idioms, I have a sentence explaining the main idea of a passage, I have one listing character traits. A lot of different things. If I ask a multiple choice question, it will give me a circle graph, and so we can see right away if you have a circle graph and it's split up 50-50, that we have some problems on that multiple choice question. So just a real quick and easy way to go over formative assessments that doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't cost a lot of money. I know people who know me know I like Pear Deck a lot, but that does take a little bit more time to do sometimes, and it does cost some money. This is all free through Google, so that's simple. The other thing to look at too was how I would actually get, because this took a while, how I would get this story onto a Google Doc. And what I was doing is I was scanning it in the copier as a PDF. And so what Google does, it takes PDFs and it turns them into words. And so right here it is down here, the actual story. Now you can see the problem is that it doesn't copy everything perfect. And so like this part's messed up right here where it should say schoolyard garden. I think there was a couple other places that I had fixed. But I finally, after about an hour, realized that if I save it as a JPG, which I have written up here, JPG, right on the copier, instead of PDF, you hit the option for a JPG image, it copies this image right here, and that's the exact copy from the book. And so you have that exact copy from the book for the students, which is nice. Or they can read it down here, which is a little bit easier to read, except for the fact that there's some mistakes in it. So as a teacher, you might go through and fix those mistakes. But once you copy it and insert it into a Google Doc, it goes just like that, which is really nice. And then the students, what I have them do is they split their screen, and so they'll have the story on one side, they'll have the Google form on the other. Once they're done with the Google form, actually that's what they're looking at with the Google form, I click responses, put it up on the overhead, and then we can see all the answers. And there we have our formative assessment. So if they are struggling with idioms, like a question down here, what was the idiom from paragraph 2? I know that, and then I can teach that and reteach it to them.